So like I mentioned to you guys, we have two guests joining us in the studio today. Once again, thank you to Kwabena Juma for coming through and talking to us about all that Newark Social is doing to bring arts and culture to the city of Newark. I'm really looking forward to this weekend, as I said. But now we have another special guest. She's actually our musical guest for today, so I'm really excited. I get hyped up when music guests come to the studio. This woman is what I like to call a powerhouse vocalist. She's incredible. I met her last year at the Lincoln Park Music Festival without ever having heard of her or knowing what she sounded like, and I was blown away, like literally blown. Like I was like, whoa, who's she? So I'm really excited that we were finally able to make it happen. She's a singer and a songwriter. Phenomenal one. So please, everybody, welcome to the studio, Gail Campbell.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me, Marcy.
No, thank you
so
for
much.
coming. It's really a pleasure to have you here. This has been a long time coming. We've been talking about this for a while, so I'm glad that we were finally able to make it happen.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too. I've been following you on social media since we met, and I've seen, I know you have a new project out.
Yes.
And we have a lot of friends in common. I saw that you were working with also a friend to the show here, doing your videography. So I was like, wow, yeah. I was like, this is so interesting.
Are you talking about Out There?
Yes, I am.
Isn't he amazing?
Isn't he?
I love him.
Yeah.
He has a show too. I'm gonna be singing at his
are you really?
at his opening in Montclair. Yeah.
Oh, that's so dope.
Looking forward to that. I think that's gonna be in August.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to get into you. Like I said, I hadn't known you before, and I'm always shocked, but pleasantly shocked. And at this point, I'm kind of like, I just feel like there's something in the air in this area. The talent is just never ending.
It's a renaissance.
It really is.
We're experiencing a renaissance, like, very reminiscent of the Harlem Renaissance, where with the poetry, with the music, with the arts, with the photography. It's just a nice time to be in Newark.
Isn't it though?
It really is.
It's crazy to me, in a good way. There's always been, I've lived in Newark for over 20 years, and there's always been something special happening here. Mm-hmm. This isn't new, right? It was happening in the 50s, it was happening in the 60s, it was happening in the 20s, it was happening in the 1800s, it's always been happening here. But the way that it's happening right now is really special, I believe. Yes. And it's great to have people like yourself that are part of that, that movement right now.
I'm so happy to be a part of it. I mean, just so much talent, and I have so much respect for my peers, the ones that's out here doing their thing, and everyone is different, everyone is unique. Yeah.
Very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unique. So let's talk about you. Where are you from? Let's get into it.
I'm from Newark. Lived in East Orange, Irvington, all over Essex County. Just been singing all my life.
Really?
But really got serious about it about 2-3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I just decided that I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in and put my all into it, because I had so many people that was rooting for me, so many people who've been waiting for music from me for so long, and now I finally did it, and it feels good. The reception and the way people are reacting to it, it's a blessing.
What made you do that? What made you say, okay, 2 years ago, now I'm going into this, I'm going to jump into this and be very serious about it?
Well, I was one of those people, Marcy, that spent a lot of time planning, waiting for the right time, waiting for the right situation, waiting for the right producer.
Right.
And as you know, there is no right time.
Yeah, there is none.
You just have to jump on in. So I spent a lot of years making excuses and waiting. And I think I also was suffering from a little bit of doubt, listening to the great things that people say, but not really believing it myself. I just had to get there. For some people, it just takes longer for them to just get there and for them to realize, I think I am special.
Right.
And I do have something to say. And I like my music. Maybe somebody else will like it too. So I just finally got there. I finally conquered my fears. Decided that I wanted to make my dream album. I wanted it to be what I want. And I wasn't making it for anybody, just making it for me. Me and Ipkiss was really just making it for ourselves. But as it turns out, the world is loving it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, but I want to talk about this a little bit because you said doubt, and I think a lot of artists, no matter how good you are, go through that. Like, talk to us. What is that process like for you? Like, what was your mind telling you?
It was a little bit of, that I'm comfortable. I want to be the big fish in a small bowl, but I'm afraid to be that little fish in the big bowl. So it's like I wanted to surround myself with people who thought I was great, and I played I played the role of believing it really well. Like, oh yeah, because I'm only gonna do this, and I like how to do this. But really being scared to jump out there, are you as good as Mary? Are you as good as those other women who are doing it and who are doing it? Can you really do that? You might be dope in your school, you might be dope in your city, but is the world really gonna think you're dope? So I think that was always in the back of my head. It really just took me stepping out, because even when I stepped out, I still had the fear.
Right.
I still had the fear. I still had the doubt. But like the more you step out, the more you start to believe in yourself. The more you start to see the reactions from people. When people come up to you and say, when you opened your mouth, I felt it in my soul. And, because my voice is different. It doesn't sound like all of those voices that people love so much. So I think I was doing a lot of comparing as well. But I just got to the point where I was just like, you know what? My voice might be different. I might be different. I might sound different. But maybe that's a good thing.
That's a great thing, Gail. I mean, honestly, if everybody sounded the same, it would be so boring.
So many people sound the same, though.
They do sound the same, and it's boring.
Yeah,
like,
it really
honestly,
is.
There was a time when there was, like, this was some years back, where there were all of these male R&B singers. It was like Chris Brown, Mario. There were a whole bunch of them. They all sounded exactly the same, and I couldn't figure out who was who sometimes. And the songs were cool, but they weren't really distinguishable. They even danced the same. Their videos looked the same, and it was like, all right, will somebody please differentiate themselves so that we can have an identity here that's singularly? And unfortunately, Chris Brown distinguished himself with some bad boy behavior, but I think that what makes music is the difference. And you said comparison, which, I forget who says this quote, that comparison is the cousin of death. And comparing yourself to anybody, it just doesn't work, because you are you. Right. There is no comparison.
It took me so long. Like, I get it now. It took me so long to get to that point. Because it's you listen to the wrong voices sometimes. And, it was a time where I was really going hard at one point. And I remember sitting at the table with the record execs, and, I felt like my future was right there on the table. They holding the keys to whether I'm going to be great or whether I'm going to be big. And they said, well, can't you be like Monica? Well, maybe we should put you in a group. A group. I'm like, I'm not a group chick. I'm like, I'm not Monica. And, you hear enough of that. I'm like, they called me. They called me to come in. And I'm all excited. I'm like, whoa, they calling me? I come and I sit down. And then when I get there, they realize, now I know this now. At that time, I didn't. But they realize, okay, you're so different. We don't know what to do with you. So maybe we need to make you a little easier to market. Maybe we need to bring you in and have you do what we know works, because we don't know what to do with you. How do we categorize you? What is this music that you're making? What are you talking about? You want to be rock and roll and blues and hip hop and disco? What the hell is that? So that's the way they were. And you listen to those, no matter how many times people tell you you're great, sometimes we hear the criticism louder. And I was hearing the criticism louder in my spirit. And I kind of went home, after hearing that, well, can't you do this? And maybe you should change this or change that about yourself. And it starts to wear you.
Yeah.
And then, I spent like the last couple of years building myself up.
Beautiful.
And just believing that, you know what, I'm not listening to any, I have this in my heart, I have this in my spirit, I'm going to do what's in there, and we'll see what happens. And I did it, and I'm seeing what's happening.
I love that.
You know, so.
And what you're saying right now, for anybody that's listening that wants a career in music, is so important to hear, because people think it's like, you know, you go out there, you record something, you record a demo, you record in somebody's studio, or you post something on social media, and boom, like it just happens like magic.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is not, you know, it's a marathon. It is not a sprint. It is definitely
Woo!
a marathon. Right, it is. It's a long game, and you have to be willing to play it, and it is not for the faint of heart. It is a very dirty business. It is very cutthroat. But what I love about the internet and the way that the internet has changed the game and the way technology has changed the game in terms of recording technologies and, you know, people having access to studios, is that now you can be Gail Campbell in all of your glory and all of your uniqueness, and you can create your own music and you can release it independently.
Yes.
And you're not dependent now on a label to, you know, do all of these things, to pony up the money for you. And that, to me, has been one of the most significant changes in the music industry in all of the history of music.
Yeah.
So seeing that is like, finally we get to hear different voices, hear different sounds. I'm constantly, you know, they used to say digging in the crates. I'm digging on the internet and listening to different music, things like Spotify and SoundCloud and all these different ways in which to get your music out there is such a blessing.
Yes, because whoever is paying the cost is the boss.
Okay.
So it's you know, somebody else is fronting the money, you know, you're beholden to them, their opinion, if they want to change you. So now, like you said, we have the power to do what we really want to do. And the internet gives us an opportunity to find our tribe.
Yes.
You know, I may not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's a whole bunch of people out there that's rocking with me, and the internet allows me to be able to find them.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I know you have a new project out. Let's talk a little bit about the project, because this is your baby.
It is.
This is your baby. So talk about that experience of creating it and what, you know, kind of the mood you were in. Okay. What was the vibe? What did you want to give to the world? Because this really is a gift to the world.
Thank you so much.
It's true.
Well, you know, once I decided that I want to get serious and I'm going to give it my all, I hooked up with some people in Philly. They were big dogs, you know. They were respected in the music industry. It just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. They didn't really get me. I don't think they really believed in me. And so I kind of left that situation brokenhearted. What I recorded, I couldn't even leave with because they owned it. So, but it's all right, because I wouldn't even put that stuff out now, to tell you the truth. So there are no mistakes. So, but, you know, I was just, so, you know, in order to keep myself out there, because as I started, when I was working in Philly, I kind of put myself out there and people were watching. I just did some modeling and stuff like that, kind of to stay within the social conscious. And my brother, Chops the Savior, who we did Fire at Lincoln Park. That's when we met, y'all. Yes. When he asked me to do Fire, and I really just did the song out of my love for him, because he's my brother.
Your blood brother.
He's not my blood brother, but he grew up with us.
He's your brother.
He's my brother. He's my brother. He's my spirit twin.
Aww.
So he asked me to do it, so I did it, not realizing that with my saying yes to making Fire, that meant that I would have to travel around the tri-state with him performing that song at every seedy little hip-hop club, you know. But it was a blessing, because it brought me into a whole other world, because, you know, I was like in that R&B world. This brought me into the hip-hop world and introduced me to a whole different scene that I didn't even know what was going on, that it was going on. And in that, I met his peers. I met Grumpy. I met all these different people from us playing hip hop venues. And Grumpy asked me to come up on his show, and I said yes. When I got there, he was like, "Okay, so let's play your music," and I was like, "I don't have any music."
You were like, "No."
Yeah, I didn't have any music, so he was like, "You know, we gotta change that." So he said, you know, I know who to introduce you to. He introduced me to Ipkiss.
Beautiful.
You know, I thought that it was going to be like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But Ipkiss turned out to be just like my musical soulmate. Like
Beautiful.
when I told him who I was, that you know I want to do rock influences, blues influence, he just started playing those tracks. He was just like, I got you.
Wow.
And it was amazing. We sat there and I just started vibing, and I knew it was magic, and I knew I said we got to do this.
Oh, listening to it. Well, now we have to hear some music. So
right.
I'm your DJ. You
right.
sent me 4 tracks, so you tell me what you want me to play.
Okay. I think I sent you. You know what? Did I send you Up All Night?
You certainly did.
Play Up All Night.
All right.
On Nook FM, y'all.
Yes, we got Gail Campbell in the house.
Shout out to Al Jacobs shooting my videos.
Beautiful. Let's get into it. Up All Night.
I'm sorry, y'all can't hear it.
They can hear.
Oh, they can hear.
Yeah, can you turn up a little?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing? Everything is blue and your mind is just freaking out. Oh, it's that stress and that mess and depression that bitch that I'm waiting out. Oh, it's that language, that demonic language that calls you to live and die. That jungle that caused you to stumble and fumble, girl, and all your trouble. You might be fooling them, but I can see you different. You've been out all night. So take a pause. You've been out all night. Girl, you've been up all night.
Beautiful.
Thank
Me too.
you. Ipkiss did the whole album.
Yeah, I know. I follow both of them.
I'm so tired of running when I think I'm done and I feel the effects of you. My heart is so damaged I can't understand the extent of this residue. I live in potential, a deadly extension of fire that raging me. I lie in the bed and the voice in my head, are you who you pretend to be? You might be fooling them, but I can see you, girlfriend. You've been up all night. So take a pause. You've been out all night. Girl, you've been up all night. Hey.
Listen, y'all. Hey,
There's a anger inside and I can't beat it back. Voice that keep telling me something I lack. Is it a fact? Lying, I think about that. Oh yes, I think about that. Fire no demon that creep in my bed at night. If he kill me, then he get the bragging right. It's a giant night, and I can't even sleep at night. Oh damn it, here come the lie. I'm just saying that's about my desire. I'm just saying I can't take it much higher. It's a lie, and I'm down to the wire. I think I'm the liar. You might be fooling them, but I can see you, girlfriend. You've been out all night. So take a pause. You've been out all night. Hey, you've been out all night. Hey. So take a pause. You've been out all night. Girl, you've been up all night.
Woo, I got
Up all
goosebumps.
night.
Yes, that is powerful, sis. Like,
Thank you.
powerful. I got
Thank
goosebumps.
you.
You know, you give me this, you said Renaissance. You give me like a Renaissance Tina Turner vibe, who's one of my favorite artists of all time because she's so kick-ass.
I hear that a
You know?
lot.
Yeah, but it's not Tina Turner. It's you. but there's something, you have that same kind of guts that she has, you know, because that's a woman who's very strong. Like, she's been through some stuff, and she's still, and looks good doing it, too. You know, I'm like, every time I see her, I'm like, ooh, she's in Switzerland with her new man, and, you know, living her best life.
She's sick now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's it's not looking good.
Oh, no, I didn't know
You know,
that.
my Aretha Franklin tribute, I did that right before. Well, you know, it did real good. That tribute, people loved it. And I've been thinking about a Tina Turner tribute
we should
for
collaborate
her.
on that. We should do something at Blueprint Cafe. That would be dope.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
Yeah, I love everything about your style, and what I love about it is that it's so unique. Because I said, reminiscent, but Tina Turner wouldn't do a song like that. You know what I'm saying? That is you. That is you. And it's beautiful because nothing sounds like that. Yeah. There's no other music that sounds like that. And that's what you want as an artist. You don't want to sound like everybody else.
Yeah, and the thing is, we wasn't trying. we just wanted to be us.
Beautiful.
And that's just what it came out. You know, we were probably like 4 or 5 songs in when we realized that it didn't sound like anything we've ever heard before. We were like, okay, what are we calling this, Ip? It's like, what is this? What is this? He was like, it's Gail and Ipkiss. Let's just leave it like that. Let's not overthink it, you know.
That's a good producer right there.
Yeah.
Listen, I would think, as I'm not a producer, but I would think just in general, me as an artist, as myself, I don't want anybody to be like me. You know, when I wear something, if I ever go out and I see something even close to people having something close to me, I'm like, oh. You know what I'm saying? If I was a producer, this is the kind of project that you could be really proud of. So I love that he said, don't overthink it, because he knew. He knew. He was like, this is like nothing else. This means I'm winning.
Right.
This means we're winning together. So we don't have a lot of time, so I want to play as many tracks as we possibly can. So let's get into another one.
All right, just choose one.
Well, I'm curious, because I didn't get a chance to listen, so I'm curious about Fairy Tales. Can you tell me about what that's about?
Fairy Tales is, this album kind of tells a story, and I didn't intend for it to tell a story, but I just write from my heart, and what I was going through during this album just really came out, and you can see my growth in every phase throughout my healing and everything. So Fairy Tales I wrote that song, I was very angry when I wrote the song, and I was very heartbroken, and I think you can feel that in the song.
Well, everybody needs a good heartbroken song no, I mean, as an artist, for you to purge, but how many people can relate to that, you know? When people are going through things, in the previous interview I said this, that when you're going through something, for me personally, when I'm going through something, music is always that thing that helps me get through it. Always. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a family issue. It could be a job-related issue. It could be a relationship. It could be just some issue I'm having with my own self. You know, I'm feeling insecure or whatever. Because it happens to all of us. But music is that thing. So I think that's the beauty of you actually showing people your heart.
Yeah, I was a little nervous about it because it gets so deep. And I didn't know if I wanted to be that transparent, but then I heard the Spirit tell me, be brave and do it. So.
Beautiful. Figures this would be the one I pick. Let's get into it. Fairy Tales, Gail Campbell in the building. We're on the Forza Show, Nork.fm and Creola Radio. Let's go.
It's a shame how you love me, then you turn around and leave. You have no idea how you fractured my self-esteem. My pride don't want to believe how bad I was deceived. How could something so right go so wrong? I prayed so long, my love was strong. God, you have some explaining to do. I know my pain ain't entertainment to you. Now, look at my dream, my fairy tale. Now hearing that bitch wanna laugh at Gail and wanna be friends like all is well. But you don't know how I feel inside. I was on the verge of suicide, and I was the one that was down the ride. Now I'm here just holding on, praying that the Lord will keep me strong. I'm a different woman, can't you tell? To hell with all these fairy tales. Hey, fuck Cinderella, Snow White, that prince, that night, Cinderella, Snow White, that prince, that night. Oh, how could something so good go so bad? I gave him all the love I had. I never knew I could feel so sad. God, you have to redeem me, please. I know it's been a while since my mind has been at ease. Look at my dream, my fairy tale. Now I'm hearing that bitch wanna laugh at Gail and wanna be friends like all is well. But you don't know what I feel inside. I was on the road inside, and it hurts when I think of how you lied. Now I'm here just holding on, praying that the Lord will keep me strong. I'm a different woman, can't you tell? To hell with all these fairy tales. Look at my dream, my fairy tale. You don't know love, it ain't hard to tell. You're a typical narcissistic male. But you don't know how I feel inside. And oh, how I cried when I felt that my heart had died. Now I'm here just holding on, praying that the Lord will keep me strong. I'm a different woman, can't you tell? To hell, to hell, to hell with all these fairy tales.
Wow, that is beautiful. Listen, I'm so happy you put that into a song because you just spoke to so many people.
Whew.
I can relate. I can relate, and I know if I can relate, there's a lot of other people that can relate, men and women.
Yeah. People have come to me.
Yes.
People have sent me text messages, inbox, DMs saying this is the story of my life.
Okay.
This album is my whole testimony. Thank you. And yeah. So
real.
now I know that, it was the Spirit leading me to go ahead and put it out because so many people feel exactly the same way.
So many people, and it's just the human experience. We all go through things. If it was always perfect, we wouldn't be living. You know what I'm saying? It's always, we got to go through our trials and tribulations. We have to learn. We make mistakes. We fall. We get up. But it's people like yourself that put stuff into art that helps other people get through it. It is. Because when you're going through it, you think you're the only one. You feel stupid. You feel this. You feel that you're so alone.
Yep.
And then you realize when you hear a song like this, you're like, oh, wait a minute. So for Gail, who's, this strong, powerful, talented woman who's looks like she has it all together, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When you see that somebody else is having that experience too,
Yep.
it makes you realize that you're okay.
Yes.
There's nothing for you to feel ashamed about.
Yes.
You're human.
Yes.
We go through it. We all do. And I mean, not for nothing, but it gave you some great material.
Yes. Yes. So that's why I say God makes no mistakes. Now
Okay.
I know why I had to go through what I went through because, you know, so many women were going through it too, and they needed to know that, you know, they're okay and that, you know, it's normal, and we go through things.
We go through things, we really do. You said narcissism, that's like a whole other show because it is rampant right now. I mean, we have a narcissist as a president. It's just the current state of America. We live in a world where everything is about selfies and, you know, all this stuff. So narcissism is the name of the game right now. You know, it really is. And I don't think people are really up on what narcissistic abuse is and how that can affect your life. You know, people being raised by narcissistic parents and narcissistic homes with narcissistic teachers and bosses and all of that, or in relationships and not realizing that this is an epidemic. So the fact that you even put that in your song, I was like, ooh, I already know from following you, I know that you're in tune, but you're tapping into something that people really need to hear right now.
Yeah.
Very, very
because
powerful.
it was a very, I mean, to be wrapped up with a narcissist in that kind of way, you know, it almost killed me.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it will do. Because a narcissist needs their supply, and they will get it by any means necessary, and then be on to the next thing as soon as you tell them no. On to the next, without a thought. But that's a whole nother conversation. So
we can get into that one.
that's another stuff. We need a psychologist for that one. But so I happen to have seen, I don't know if your video is out yet for Bloody Waters, but I saw, is it out yet? Oh, I didn't see it yet. Okay.
Bloody Waters is out. We're making Don't Know Love now.
Is that the one that I saw of you on Broad? Yes.
That's Don't Know Love. That's,
okay, so let's play
we're
that.
not finished. We're not finished with that video.
I can't wait to see. So do you mind if we play that?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I just have to tell everybody who is not, who doesn't follow Gail, you should. But I was on Facebook, and there I see Mondo had posted some photos of Gail in a white wedding dress with blood all over it, and I was like, what is going on? I was like, I don't know what this is, but it looks definitely, I want to know. Like, this is interesting. So tell us about this song.
Well, Don't Know Love is the second song on the album, and you know, the first album was Bloody Waters, where I was screaming, "You won't destroy me," because that was just that warrior spirit that's inside of me. But Don't Know Love was when I started to see that, you know what, you don't know love. You know, it's not me. You don't know love. So that's what this song was about. And the video, we're doing it right now. It's being shot by Black World Films, Al Jacobs. And I had Armando because I wanted him to take those dope behind the scene pictures. But yeah, we're going to shoot it. We have a couple more scenes to shoot, and then it's going to go into editing, and we'll have it out before the end of the summer.
Beautiful. Let's get into it. You don't know love.
Don't know love. You say you found another love, and you say she's everything that I could not be. And I prayed so hard that you find that sacred thing that lives so deep in me. But you couldn't see me, and you raped me so easy. You don't know love. You don't know love. It's too high above. Hey, all the times we shared together, I gave you every little piece of me. My mind, my soul, my body, baby, it was blasphemy. Yeah, damn, baby. Oh, you don't know love. Now you don't know love. Every little bit I gave you, baby, but you couldn't handle it now. I give you my soul, my heart, my joy, my peace, my love. It was a sin how I loved you, baby. Oh, but you couldn't see me, and you raped me so easy. You don't know love. You don't know love. It's too high. You don't know love. I tried so hard. I tried so hard to please you, baby. But all you can see is the fault in me. Yeah. Damn, baby. Oh, you're down, down. You don't know love. You don't know love. You don't know love.
Wow, Gail. Thank you so much. Really, no, thank you. This is, I feel like I just went to church, like for real. It's like a detox and going to church all at once. No, seriously. I'm so happy to be able to have you on the show.
Thank you so
I want to
much
work
for
with you more
having me.
because I feel you. I really do. Like, you're a sister.
Are you hosting the Lincoln Park Music Festival?
I'm hoping that I'm going to. I'm still waiting for them, but if I am,
I'm waiting
yes,
too.
I'm waiting to find out, but I'm going to nudge Kim Ford again. I just saw her. I was like, Kim, what's good?
Nudge her for me too.
I will nudge her for you. I will. So before we go, let everybody know where they can find you, what you got coming up.
Okay. Again, y'all, I'm Gail Campbell. My Instagram is Gail_Campbell01. My Facebook is Gail Campbell. My Twitter is Bloody Waters GC. The album is out right now. It's an amazing album. Me and Ipkiss put our heart and soul in it. If you want to follow Ip, it's King Ipkiss. I think it's 27, or is it 28? King Ipkiss, 27, I think. Or 29.
I'm 20-something. Look,
It's on Instagram. And the next thing we're doing this weekend, I think on the 13th, we're doing the Meat Locker.
Oh, beautiful.
Actually, Chops is doing it, and I'm going to go with them.
Okay.
But I'm definitely going to make it out to Afrobeat
Yes,
before I go.
Come on down.
Yeah, man. Before I go to the
Come
Meat Locker.
backstage and meet everybody because,
Yes.
I mean, I just feel like you're such a phenomenal talent, a voice that needs to be heard, and I'm really happy that we had a chance to meet. I'm
Yeah.
happy that you can come on the show.
I'm so thankful that you. But I've
Yeah.
been waiting to come up here for
I'm
a
so
minute.
glad.
Sis.
I'm so glad. And come on back. This is the first time.
Whenever
but
you want
have,
me.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We're going to do more together.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody you follow Gail_, that's GAIL_Campbell, and stay in tune with everything she has. Go on iTunes, get the music so you can rock
Yes,
out,
yes.
and tell everybody about it too, because good music these days is hard to find. You got to dig a little
Thank
bit.
you.
So, people need to know.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you again for being on the show. Thank you also to our guest, Kwabena Juma, for being on. As you guys know, this Saturday, July 13th, we're going to be at Military Park for Afrobeat Festival from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., followed by the Afrobeat Kizomba meets Afrobeat Party with myself and DJ Bo Dizer at Katas. And then we'll be back here again next Tuesday for the Forza show. So thank you guys for rocking with me. And thank you once again to our guests. And big up the man behind the boards who makes it happen, who makes us all sound so good. Bye, Phrase in the building. Shout out to everybody on Newark.fm and Creola Radio. We got Internal Quest show up. Yes. All right, everybody.
And Ipkiss is King Ipkiss 26.
King Ipkiss 26. All right,
Yes.
cool. Thank you. Peace, everybody. I'll see you guys next week.
Bye, y'all.
Peace, love, and Forza.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Mercy, say hi to my audience.
Peace, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Say hi.
You. Peace, y'all.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. And I will see y'all later.